Before episode 3 begins, I want to share with you two important pieces of information. Return to Bree travel skill. Reaching kindred with men of Bree reputation enables us to barter 100 barrowed treasures at Bree Town Hunting Lodge for a return to Bree travel skill that has a 1-hour cooldown. The hunting lodge can be found in the south part of Bree Town, past the auction hall, and is marked on this map by the red triangle. The return to Bree travel skill is useful to have later in the game, and if you already have Bree set as your milestone travel location, you can now choose a different location for it. Once you have acquired the return to Bree travel skill, I recommend dragging it onto your quick slots. It is found within the skills section of the character panel. Epic Story Quests. Epic story quests I have not previously spoken about, or their importance as we progress through the game. Epic Story Volume 1 progression contributes to a deed that rewards us with LOTRO points, and the quests are helpful direction of where to progress next through questing zones, including discovery of side quests. Volume 1 begins with Book 1 at the Prancing Pony in the north part of Bree Town. The location is marked on this map by the red triangle. Barleyman Butterbur has the starting quest, if you completed the prologue quests in your starting zone, or Strider, if you did not complete the prologue quests. Strider is found in a room further into the Prancing Pony. Book 1's content is situated in Breeland, and the continuation to Book 2 is situated in the Lone Lands. When the time comes to travel to the Lone Lands, you can speak to the character Cyrodian, who has a cabin in northern Bree Fields, east of Thornley's worksite. Cyrodian has a free travel to the Lone Lands to meet Candaith at Weathertop, and that leads us to the beginning of the content for Episode 3's progress update.
How can I be of service?
Talk to Gadrick Mons at the Forsaken Inn. Right, so we're going to go over to the Forsaken Inn now. Actually, can I use this guy?
What do you need?
Oh, we can use him. Right, let's use the free travel. It's faster than the horse we're using, so let's just use the free travel to Forsaken Inn. There's things in the free-to-play experience you just don't need to be spending points on. So if I were to give you some examples of things we just don't need to be spending points on, if the goal is to get to level cap like myself, is things like this here. We don't need to be buying the further adventures of Eladan and Delro here. It's just a mission pack. We're just not going to get back more than 295 points if we spend those there, so that's not needed. Yonder Shire, that's just an area that's for level 20 to 23. We're already going through an area that's in the level 20s now in the Lone Lands, so we don't need to buy Yonder Shire. Ranges and Ruins, that's the Angle of Myth Ithel. Level 40 to 45, we already have a level 40 to 45 area to go through in free-to-play, which is going to be either... it's going to be around Misty Mountains or Angmar. Further Adventures of Bilbo Baggins, don't need to buy that, it's just a mission pack. The Wildwood, that's got landscape quests for level 40 to 45, as well as some missions, but again, we just don't need it in our journey up to the cap. I think there is some potential for getting quite far with this if we're just very careful with the points we've got and are going to earn along the way. Is someone really going to want to keep making characters to then keep deleting them in the early going? I'm sure it's something that if you were really invested in the game and you wanted to do that later on, then you would do it. But just for someone who's new to the game, you're going to have to rinse and repeat a lot to get the amount of points you need. From what I've seen so far with playing free-to-play, is the biggest restriction that I'm seeing at the moment is just on bag space. Bag space is the thing that is restricting you a lot. But it is, as I was saying earlier, I think it is just artificial. Like, it looks like you need a lot of space, but when I've cleared my bags out, there's not really a lot of things that I've had to keep. And my vault storage isn't too bad for what I've kept. Some things that I've kept, chat, are just things that are going to be useful later, like I've got rejuvenation potions from doing deeds, so obviously those are things to keep. There's a little gift for an adventurer reward that you get in the early levels, that if you open it, it gives you more items, and if you open it again at another level, it gives you even more items. That's just creating a bigger problem for your storage. So what I've done is that gift for an adventurer box that you get, I've just put it into storage for now, because we don't actually need to open it. But on a first playthrough, we just need to focus on just getting the essential things unlocked, and then on the second playthrough with another character, we can then look at filling in the gaps. The points that you spent the first time round, you're not going to have to spend the second time round. So that's when you can look at things like whether you want to have more wardrobe space on your character or that kind of thing. Extra wardrobe space now is just not a priority. But there are some deeds in Red Lewin that I haven't done, which is the Sarnor deeds. This over here. There's a whole load of deeds there to do. And there is also some quests for that area, picking up reputation, and we can perhaps get some points from levelling up the reputation. That's going to be around about level 45. We're actually going to complete a deed here for Goblin Slayer shortly. So there we go, got some LOTRO points again. Goblin Slayer. It's interesting, isn't it? When you're not in line of sight, it's white. And then when you're in line of sight, it's yellow? It goes yellow now. Polished pendant, that's a quest, isn't it? Find and return the pendant to its owner. Now there's a better upgrade for us for those shoes we have on. See that, we've got more armour, more agility, more vitality and physical mastery. Bind on equip, so this has just been some loot. Just general loot from killing things. Dwarf leather shoes of might. So we'll equip those. That's better than what we have. Don't forget your hobbit present. Yeah, that's something I haven't done. Let's do it, Agartha. We've got 50 Virtue XP and an advanced mark acquisition boost for 6 hours. We'll use the Virtue XP thing. We need to pick a virtue to put some virtue into, because I've let some of my virtue spill over into a virtue that I didn't actually want to level too far. You can see there I've got level 11 in wisdom. So with me maxed out at the moment on these. Oh wait, what I could do is if I hand these quests in, I'll reach level 26 and that will increase the cap on the virtues to put the 50 virtue XP into one of these that I'm leveling. And we've leveled up. We've now got another travel skill, return to camp skill. So we could bind that to a helpful location later, if we find one, to perhaps return to a camp somewhere. So in the Lone Lands we are going to have to look out for materials for the expert tier. If we go and look in the crafting thing here, we could actually make some better gear I do have a number of sapphire shards, and I do have a number of medium hides in storage to make this. Well, I can make that, and I could make the teal versions with the universal optional crafting ingredients I've been getting. But we're probably going to out-level it quite quickly, so some of these things at the lower levels, if you've got the materials to make, let's say, just don't make the crit version, you could do it, but I wouldn't go out of your way to make a full set of the best stuff, because you'll probably out-level it quite quickly. Again, bags are filling up, so again we go to the vendor to go and sell it all, only for it to fill up again. And there are some things that I can put into storage the next time I go to a vault, like the sapphire shard, we can put that into storage. These hides have been picking up, they can go into storage. The optional crafting ingredient can go into storage, and this advanced mark acquisition boost can go into storage, further reducing the impact on the bag space. What do we have for quests at the moment? So we do need to go like around these parts, don't we? There are some enemies around here we need to kill. And we've got some more virtue XP from completing quests of Tales of the Lonely Road. Hand our tasks in. So I've got a stack of 50 here of an item for this reputation I'm on at the moment, so piles of large filth. Hand those in. Back again, that should be the 5 now.
How can I be of service?
Yes, I've added 5 of 5 in. If I go to... Oh, actually a bit further on than I thought. We're 40 of 100, so we've still got 60 tasks to hand in. Then we'll have the task limit increased by +1, and we'll also get 5 LOTRO points. The last time I was playing this on stream was on Friday, and we were at just the beginning of the Lone Lands, and since then I've actually gone and done most of the Lone Lands of the quests there is. The deeds I've been doing as well on Lone Lands. You can see I've done all these deeds, but there are some deeds that haven't been completed fully. There's quite a few of the Slayer deeds that haven't been completed fully. So where I'm at now is I've got a choice really of 2 places I can go to. I can go to the North Downs and be a bit over leveled for the starting bit of the North Downs, or I can go to Evendim